Welcome back. You're watching Fox Sports News. With 1 week to go until the NRL season returns, it's time for the diehards to finalise their SuperCoach plans for round 3. Joining us now with all the inside info is SuperCoach editor Tom Sangster, who's on the line. Tom, good to have your company. The coronavirus break, as you know, gave many players a chance to recover from any early season injuries, but who will SuperCoaches be sweating on now in round 3?
Well, the biggest injury to deal with is definitely David Fifita. He's the most sold player in SuperCoach by a long way. The Broncos took a bit of a punt on his surgery. They thought the COVID break would be a bit longer than it has been. So it looks like he's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks at the start of the restart. So he definitely has to get sold. As I said, he's the most sold player. And speaking of injuries, I think the best replacement is Jake Trbojevic. Now, he had a disrupted off-season with the shoulder reconstruction, but he played the first 2 rounds, did pretty well, but now he's had another couple of months to rehab that injury. So I'm really expecting him to hit the ground running when the season restarts. And, of course, there's no origin and no buys to stuff up SuperCoaches this year within the actual season. So you can load up on all these origin guys like Jake Trbojevic, Damien Cook, James Tedesco, Callum Ponga. Get on them.
What about Cody Walker? We know he's been cleared by police, but as we just heard from Andrew Abdo, the NRL still to decide if or what sanction he could possibly face. So, should coaches pick him in their squads for round 3?
Oh, look, we're expecting a decision pretty soon on that. If he is suspended even for 1 game, I think he is a sell, because we've got so many trades in SuperCoach this year. We've got the same amount, 37, even though there's 5 less games in the season. So it's an absolute trade-a-thon. We've got 5 trades for this restart round as well. So if a player's out for 1 week, then you may as well sell them. The other big impact that Cody Walker's potential suspension could have is not on Cody himself, but the guy who comes in. They've got a young kid called Troy Dargan who's expected to take his spot. 22 years old, a former Australian schoolboy, very highly rated by Wayne Bennett. And of course, SuperCoach is always looking for these rookies, these debutants. So keep an eye on him as a value buy down the track.
And what about Nathan Cleary? He'll be definitely missing the first 2 matches. Who should people trade him for?
Yeah, he's definitely got to be sold. This is a big blow for a lot of SuperCoaches because Cleary is the best halfback in SuperCoach. He does have to go. I think Mitchell Moses is a good replacement. He's already very popular. But you look at the draw that was released today, and the Eels have by far the easiest draw in the competition. Firstly, they get to play all their home games at Bankwest Stadium, their home ground, which is rare for any New South Wales team. They also play a lot of away games at Bankwest Stadium too, which they have an amazing record there. They also play the Storm, Roosters and Raiders, who are the number 1 premiership contenders. They only play them once in the season. So they've got an incredibly easy draw compared to the other sides. So that means Mitchell Moses should bust out some huge scores.
7 days to go, plenty to think about it. Tom, thanks for the latest on SuperCoach.
My pleasure, thanks.